Don't you do it, bro. Don't you do it, bro.
Oh, I did. One of the things I'm transferring over right now is Jurassic World.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Hello. The usual podcast. It doesn't say episode 145 because I'm a frickin' moron.
Did you change the font on the top of our thing?
I may have.
Okay, I like it.
I did it. I like the other font. I couldn't find it, and I was in a pinch one day, and I think it was up like that last week too. But so I updated our information. So hopefully, refresh. There it is, 145.
Discus did not want me to go anywhere this morning.
Sorry,
I was
buddy.
leaving, and as I was stepping out, you just clamped all four claws around my leg.
Cats. All right, ready? Should we wait for people to get in here? Should we tweet something? No response?
Yeah, you can tweet something. Are you cool driving me home after this?
Yes.
I didn't actually ask, so.
Yes.
Although I did get quite a few steps in today.
Nice.
Well, for me. Let's see how many I got. Oh, 3,600. Mile and a half.
That's good.
But Jen ordered my stand-up table, or my stand-up desk, so I'm going to be standing at work a lot more.
Good. I try not to sit down very often. Recording episode 145 right now on Twitch. Yes, it's Tuesday. How's that sound?
Mm-hmm.
Twitch.tv/usual podcast. Do. What?
So look at that, you tweeted something.
Did the link come up?
I'm checking.
Of course it says 144, but whatever. Yeah, there's now all of a sudden 6 people. Cool. Let's go, bro.
Dude, she's got
Who is that?
somebody that Boomy follows, and then I started following her.
Boomy. Oh, Kid Lee's hosting. All right, cool.
I'm looking.
Thanks, Kid Lee. Let's get going, dude.
I'm looking for your tweet. Oh, there we go.
It came up, but it came up as 144, stupidly. Right. Is you ready, bro?
Word.
Can you say something? I haven't tested your mic.
I am awesome, and you're not awesome, and I'm awesome, but you're not awesome.
Why so low?
Maybe that's why.
For God's sake.
How's that?
Literally just turn your microphone on?
I turned it on earlier, but I can't. Oh, I turned it off so I could plug it in.
I just can't even with you right now.
You love me.
All right. Now that your microphone's on, are you ready?
Do you remember
I know, we're jamming.
September?
All right. I think I might have you a little low, but... All right. That looks good to me. Ready?
Word.
Get this out of the way. We need to talk about why we're. Would you stop, you fucking weirdo? All right, ready? Hello and welcome to episode 145 of the Usual Podcast. Podcast where we discuss Star Wars: The Old Republic, the Star Wars franchise, and geek and pop culture. I'm your host, Marshall. And with me doing inappropriate things to the microphone is my co-host, Will. What's up, bro? How you doing on a Tuesday?
It's a Tuesday. What the heck is going on with us?
Well, we have a lot going on.
We had a lot going on.
Yeah, man. So honestly, really what it comes down to is I worked every day last week at night and during the day. I worked 3 doubles in a row. That was our normal recording time. And then
And I had a migraine over the weekend. Then I had jury duty today and tomorrow and the next day.
And I've got hella golf tournaments coming up. So what we're gonna try to do is record tonight and get it out where we normally would have a show. So we didn't technically miss a week, although we did miss a live recording on our usual day. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
We'll see how my editing skills go later tonight when I'm asleep. Ready?
Word.
So, and we're just sitting here enjoying our usual frosty beverages. We forgot. What's up? What are you drinking?
I'm actually just drinking a Diet Pepsi tonight because I'm a
disappointing.
little nauseous. I had Chinese food today for dinner, and it just is not sitting well.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't remember. I think I've talked about this a few weeks ago when it first came out, but I am drinking once again Lagunitas Super Cluster.
Yeah, you loved that a couple weeks ago.
It's so good. It's by far my favorite. I'm thinking about stocking up, maybe buying like a few cases of it
Awesome.
before it goes away. I need to look up and see when they're going to be done with it. But right now it's not on sale. It's like $20 a 12-pack right now.
Wow.
But I mean, it's still only a couple bucks a beer. But
Still.
all right, well, you can make that face all you want, but the beer is delicious.
Buy some Bud.
Gross. So before we get started, if you have comments or questions, you can find us at theusualpodcast.com. Email us at theusualpodcast@gmail.com. And find us on Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. I am at Darth Pops on Twitter, and Will is at IMO Griggs. We're on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, all your favorite places, and also Plex. So give us a time. Positive ratings and such, and tell your friends and share us on the social medias. Merch, we have teespring.com/store/usualpodcast. And, of course, we have the timestamps in the show notes if you are not a SWTOR fan or you're not watching live. But the upside to this, it's going to be a super short show. We have some SWTOR, very little Star Wars, and a little pop culture, and we're going to get out of here. So
Sounds like a plan.
that's it. So if you're in the chat, chime in, say what's up. If not, you're listening after the fact, and that's just not how time works.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So here we are. All right, man. So let's get to SWTOR. So drinking buddies, of course. Thank you to Eddie and Zen, and of course Mr. John Skeen, who has been sending us stuff and is an all-around awesome dude.
Yep.
Are we missing any drinking buddies?
No, we just have the 3.
We have the 3. So if you want to become a drinking buddy, find us on Patreon. Patreon.com/theusualpodcast. We'll hype that at the end of the show, of course. As always, that's the best way to support us and become a drinking buddy and get cool stuff. But if you support us on Patreon, you get lots of other stuff as well. So check out the tiers.
I'll be sending out some T-shirts this week.
Nice. All right, man. So Star Wars: The Old Republic. What did you do in game this week, my friend?
Well, I played for about 15 minutes.
And then you got mad.
I got mad and I literally threw my mouse across the room.
Literally?
And it's a wired mouse, so that didn't go well.
Oh my god.
Literally.
I'm sure the cat started playing with it.
Oh, he did. And it's because okay, there's a few
I need
things.
to go in with you because I don't think you're doing it wrong.
Oh, I'm sure I'm
Continue.
doing it wrong. Okay, because I solo everything, right? And so I still haven't finished Star Fortress. I still haven't finished Eternal Championship. I still haven't finished Macro Binocular Quests because I can't do the
Oh, right. Because,
you need 4 at the end, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And well, the one I was trying to do this week is I got to the 5th person in Eternal Championship, and I was following Volk's walkthrough.
Yeah. Volk's a good guy.
And dude, they were working out. I just for some reason couldn't get the mechanics down.
I need to run through that again. Maybe I'll do that later while I'm editing, and just so I can see what you're dealing with. I don't remember the 5th boss, but if it's the one I think of, I think the issue is with the circles. Right? There's a bunch of circles.
Yeah, well, it's frustrating because I've got really fast Wi-Fi now.
Yeah.
My rig still sucks.
Yeah.
Well, actually, my desktop is fine, but it has no operating system on it right now.
No, that's not good.
No, so I'm working off my laptop, and for some reason, like every time I have a sniper, and so I'm trying to do the 18-meter roll forward thing to get
Right.
out of the circles, right?
Right.
But for some reason, I freeze up and I get caught in the circles.
That could be a server thing too, a little lag. But I don't know. I'll help you. We'll figure it out. So anything else? Just mad at the
Yeah,
internal
that's it for
championship?
now.
Okay. Well, I've been working too much, as I said. I am exhausted, and I'm just trying to maintain. I don't have to work my night job this week, which I'm excited about.
Woohoo.
But I have the biggest golf tournament at Little River this weekend.
What's the name of it?
The Abalone Invitational.
Oh, right.
And it's a 2-day deal, which I'm really excited about. And then I also have a net amateur qualifier tournament in Berkeley on Thursday, which is why we're recording tonight. So I've got a lot of golf this week, a lot of my regular job, but so I haven't done much. But I'm hoping to get What's an Ops group going next month. I really want that back because that was a lot of fun. People have been asking me. I just felt bad if I did it this month, I wouldn't be there. So
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it's
gone
fun-
the last week of the month too, of course, for the cruise. So.
Exactly. And I love What's an Ops group.
But you don't.
No, I mean, I like chatting with everybody and hanging with everybody, but it's just I'm not a fan of ops. I'm just not.
So why don't you, instead of actually playing the group or playing the op, just jump in chat, hang out.
I could do that.
People just want to talk to you. That's
I
really all it
could come in and be annoying and
is. Yeah,
drunk.
watch one of the streams and just harass people. It's fun. Anyway, we'll get that going. I'll have some details hopefully out on Twitter, and if you're in Unholy Alliance, we'll get that out there pretty quick. So.
Awesome.
All right, man. So let's talk about some news. We actually have some news.
Awesome. What?
Oh, words. Good job.
Yes.
How you feel about the words?
Tell me what has happened in the SWTOR community.
Well, there was supposed to be a patch this week, and it was supposed to fix a number of things. It was supposed to be actually today. So earlier posts said they're making some changes based on some of our feedback. Let's see. There was a few things. Throw the hut ball will now stay in the first pop-up slot if you have the gravity grapple ability. This is a lot of PvP stuff. Environmental changes to the map to make it feel a little less cluttered. Let's see. Baron Deathmark will now yell at you when you kick the hut ball, which is kind of funny.
Nice.
And let's see. Added colored arrows around the map to help with navigation, which I think would be really helpful.
I always,
for
it's
some of
not
us.
a really confusing map, but I would always
Yeah.
get lost.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Mox? Yes, we're old men. We're just sitting here being curmudgeons. That's the good word.
Curmudgeons is a good word.
I like that word. Mox, it's been a long time. How you doing, buddy? And let's see what else we got here. There's some other stuff in here too, but it says all these changes along with the crit/shield changes should be in the next PTS patch. So that's good. Sorry. All of that was from the PTS patch. So I jumped the gun. So there is a PTS.
Yeah, the
thing.
PTS patch was today.
Yes. But that got delayed. Something got delayed. Hold on. Yes. It got delayed.
Of course.
So here we are. So one of the issues, too, and I think I got all this mixed up. Mods, help me. Is this PTS or not PTS? I can't remember.
I don't know.
So the team is aware of ops missing from Activity Finder, and they're looking into a fix. If they can get the fix this week, it'll take a couple days. And this was actually yesterday. And they're confirming with the team, but that might mean to move tomorrow's maintenance back a day or two to address the issue. So, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, here we are. I did not get a chance to get on the PTS, but that was something I was going to talk about, is the PTS is live now.
Dude, I haven't been on the PTS in a couple of years, I think.
Well, you're a PTS. So.
You're PTS.
Anyway. But the big news this week, dude, whether we're talking about PTS or not, doesn't really matter. The point is the fall roadmap has arrived.
Really? I thought that was just a myth.
Oh, it's a reality, buddy.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, there's some stuff I think you're going to be pretty stoked about, to be honest with you.
Is there actual story content coming?
Yes.
Yay. That's what I always ask for, more story content.
Yeah. So they start off, and I didn't get a chance to watch the live stream, unfortunately. But I do have a link in the show notes if you missed it, but I'm sure you've seen it if you are one of those people. But they're kind of wrapped up in this post, and I have a link in here. They wrapped up kind of what they were doing with Galactic Legend and all the PTS stuff, or the PTS, all of the PvP stuff, and then gave up Game Update 5.9.3 Fame and Fortune, which are targeting mid to late September. That update is the one that's live on the PTS right now.
Does that mean that they're going to be focusing on smugglers or?
Uh-huh.
Well, fame and fortune just kind of makes sense.
Well, let's see. Fame and Fortune now live on the PTS server. So, let's see. This is mostly PvP. It looks like new 8v8 war zones, the Sky Shredder. And that is a battle
That's a
atop.
great name.
Yeah, it is. Battle atop a deathly flying barge in this brand new Hutball map.
Interesting.
Set on the gas mining planet of Vanden. That's pretty cool.
Can you fall off the barge?
From what I understand, I've heard this on another show. It might have been a Bad Feeling. They said, yes, you can fall off the sides, which is kind of
Nice.
cool. Level scaling for Knights of the Fallen, Empire, and Knights of the Eternal Throne chapters to ensure that max level players are able to get rewarded from playing through the Knights of the Fallen Empire and Knights of the Eternal Throne chapters, such as earning command XP. They've introduced level scaling for all enemies. That's interesting.
You know, I just thought of something for that map.
Sure.
Would it be cool if instead of falling off, and instead of it just being like a barrier, what if it was like a random respawn thing? So like you jumped off one side, and neither you nor your opponents know which part of the map you're going to show up in.
So what if it was like, I think what you're saying is like Pac-Man, where you exit one side of the screen, enter another?
Yeah, but in that one you knew which side you were going to get.
Well, I see what you're saying, man.
But like this one, you could end up like right behind the goal, or you could end up behind your own goal. You just don't know.
Well, put that on the wall of crazy, my friend.
I think that would be fun.
Let's see what else we got here. Find out more, Fame and Fortune. Yeah. So that's what's happening with Fame and Fortune, dude. That's pretty cool. Hopefully that update is coming in September.
Cool.
Do you remember? We were singing September before we started streaming. So
Yeah, before I turn my mic on.
here we are. Hopefully people can hear us. I'm assuming. Mox would have said he couldn't hear us by now.
I would think so.
All right. So real quick, we are going to have a game update 5.10.
That's weird.
It is weird. I don't like it. I just think I don't know. Oh, that is the planet where you got Vet and Galt back. Okay, cool. Nice. Mox said that.
Cool.
Baden. I don't know, whatever it was. But game update 5.10, it's called Jedi Under Siege, and it's the next phase of the SWTOR storyline, and it's going to kick off with a bang on the ancient Jedi world.
Ooh.
I don't know what world that is, but here we are. Ravaged by a cataclysm centuries in the past, this beloved planet has been a part of the Old Republic story since the original tales of the Jedi comics, and they're really excited to bring to life for players as a new daily area with separate Republic and Imperial storylines.
Isn't that exactly what I told you I wanted a couple weeks ago?
Yes, you did, sir. I'm happy you're right, because that's what I want to. I want daily areas, and I want it to be specific storylines for Empire and Republic again. That's what we need. So
Yes.
that makes me happy.
That's why. I mean, I still enjoy playing Oricon.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple exciting new characters that are coming, including a powerful Jedi veteran, which is not Revan, they put in parentheses, who will join the Republic players on their mission to protect a hidden Jedi base, and a deadly commando who will aid Imperial players on their mission to destroy it. And that will bring us more details soon. TM.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Can you
Any thoughts?
any thoughts on what planet it might be?
I don't know. From all the people I talked to on Twitter, there's a lot of speculation. I think they might have nailed it down, but I don't want to say it on mic. So here we are. Look it up.
I hate you.
No, well, I'm just saying. Look back at some of your chat. People have said things, but it's fine. And the point is, dude, is that the main point is it doesn't matter what the planet is. It's happening.
True.
The things we want are happening, and that's what's important.
That's always good.
Yeah. Gameplay. Wow, I can't even talk tonight. I'm so tired.
Neither one of us have words tonight.
Gameplay and quality of life stuff is happening as well, which is what we were talking about last week,
Yes.
which is good. And so I'm going to jump down. It says, with this roadmap, we're announcing the availability of Master Mode Gods of the Machine, which they said they weren't doing, but I guess they are doing now. And that's going to be Game Update 5.10, and they expect to make it available on the test server in September. And what else? They're also adding in the next tier of gear for your character. So tier 5 is different in that you will only be able to craft them from schematics. So
Interesting.
That's kind of interesting, right? And more information will come on how to acquire the new schematics. And they also focus on sustainably substantially improving the overall experience for guilds. So starting with game update 5.10, they'll be releasing a variety of guild features including heraldry, progression system, management, communication, and other guild improvements. Guilds will also be able to challenge other guilds directly in PvP matches,
Oh, that's kind of cool.
which I think is kind of sick, right? So there's some stuff coming, dude. Are you stoked?
I'm very stoked. I'm really
like you don't care. But
no. I'm really stoked about the new daily and the
Mm-hmm.
Jedi Planet.
Anything else? What about the guild stuff? Heraldry, I think, is interesting. I wonder how they're going to implement that.
Yeah, I mean the guild stuff is cool. I mean, I'm not very active.
No, there are a lot of games that do this though, where like you make a guild flag or something.
That would be
and-
cool,
and
yeah.
you can kind of do that. I remember Halo back in the day. They did it. It wasn't really a guild thing, but it was more like you can make your own emblem and have it on your
Right.
on your shoulder as you ran around. So that
That would
kinda
be
cool.
kind of cool.
So something like that might be kind of neat. A guild progression system I think is pretty neat. It gives guilds something to shoot for that's not just straight up conquest. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
And there's going to be conquest improvements as well. Management communication improvements. Check these out. First thing, inspect tool. Potential members can review guild profile and information. Logging, logs and displays a wide variety of guild member activity, which is good for people managing guilds to be able to see when people come in and go.
Exactly.
Member mail, easy way to send a message to the whole guild. That would be pretty cool if you want to send, mail to everybody.
right.
Member ban by legacy. This is something I know some of our friends in the community have been asking for because let's say, you harass me a bunch and you just go into another tune and keep harassing me after I ban that one, right?
Right.
You can ban by legacy.
Oh, interesting.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So I think that's good.
Which just makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
because if you're going to be a troll on one character, you're going to be a troll on another.
Right. And increased rank cap, the number of guild ranks will be increased. So that's pretty cool. You want to hear the companions returning? You're doing something on your phone? You busy or can I help you?
I was looking up what you told me to look up.
Just messing with you, dude. So companions, dude. Doc is coming back.
Oh, I like Doc.
And Nadia is coming back. And Darkside Jason will be back as
Because
well.
we've already had Lightside, right?
No.
Okay.
Lightside's not back yet, as far as I know. Yeah, it says we're still tracking down Lightside Jason, and we'll let you know if we can convince her to return. So Doc's coming back. This is actually kind of funny. Jedi Knights will be able to reunite with the galaxy's most lovable, charming, roguish, brilliant, skilled, and above all, a handsome doctor. And in parentheses, it says Doc actually wrote this intro himself,
Of course.
which is kind of funny. But Nadia's coming back, and then Jason. So we're getting a lot of companions back, man. It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
And there's going to be some increased with communication. They're talking about communication between the devs and us. But they are going to do a cantina in Chicago, of course, in
course.
April for Star Wars Celebration. And so it says beyond 2018, they have... and a couple other people pointed this out. And I'm going to see what you think of this. It says, as we roll into the new year, we have a ton of exciting adventures planned for you and your friends. We're not ready to discuss the details yet, but you can be sure the conflict between Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire is going to explode into a full-scale war that will draw your character into battles on new planets where they will fight alongside and against many new and returning fan characters. Thanks for your continued participation in the Star Wars The Old Republic. The one piece of thing that I can't find now, but it said in the coming years. It might be at the top. So people are saying, the game is dead, but it's not dead.
It's not dead.
It's undead. It's a zombie.
It is a zombie. It's a raccool.
You're a raccoon.
You're a raccool.
Okay, so I do have a link in the show notes to the dev stream that I haven't had a chance to take a look at yet. I'll do it between now and next week. I don't even know what we're doing next week. So
Your mom's a raccool.
okay, thanks. Are we gonna even be able to record next week? Next week we can.
Yes, but
And
not
that'll
the
be the
week
last, and not the week after. Okay, so good. So we'll get some content out
after.
there.
Once we get back into October, though.
Yeah, October we are going to be legit. I'm excited. All right, man. So anything else? Any thoughts on any of the things I've said about the SWOTOR?
Other than your mom's a raccool.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't want to insult your mother. It's her birthday.
It is her birthday. So everybody, please just,
Nope.
happy
No one-
birthday to my mom.
No one knows who your mom is, but that's
She's
fine.
73 today.
Anything else?
It's 9/11.
It's also 9/11.
Yeah.
What a weird day.
Yeah. All right. So, no,
Star
I think
Wars?
that's pretty much it for SWTOR.
All right, man. Let's get into Star Wars. So Discussion stuff.
We literally have one thing for Star Wars.
I have one thing for Star Wars, and this is all I could find. I literally went like, what I do is will just go to certain websites and just look at Star Wars news.
Yeah.
There was nothing recent in like the last 3 days.
Well, I do have one thing, but it's not. I have it under Parks News.
Okay, good. So we'll talk about that later. But yeah, the only thing I found was Kathleen Kennedy's receiving an honorary Oscar.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, she's been in the business for 40 plus years and has worked with, Spielberg for decades.
Yeah. So what do we have next Star Wars wise, dude? We have Resistance, we have the streaming service coming.
Yes.
Resistance is coming to XD. And then we have the streaming service, and then that's going to lead into the live action stuff with Favreau. And then episode 9 is pretty far off, dude. That's the next movie, right?
Yeah, and that's a little over a year away.
Yeah. That's what, not this December, but next.
Yes.
Right? So, all right. Good night, Mox. Thanks for joining us.
Later, Mox.
Peace out, bro. So, yeah, I mean, there's not much going on in Star Wars right now outside of,
well, we have the new Amidala book coming out.
Yeah. Well, we have books, we have comics. Like, that stuff keeps going, but sadly, some of us are a little behind on that stuff. So, I mean.
Okay, well, this is the perfect time to catch up.
I'm talking about us.
I know.
Anything else on Star Wars wise?
I hate you. No, I think that's pretty much it for Star Wars.
Wow. Well, we're almost done. Okay, so what do we got? Including our BSing for 10 minutes, we're 20 minutes in. Okay, so let's go. The usual roundup. The picture we have up in the chat, obviously, is a picture of old Burt Reynolds, who we lost this week.
Yeah, I know. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
He did some great work.
And one of my favorite, and I wasn't a old school Burt Reynolds fan.
I grew up on Cannonball Run and Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah. And wasn't he in another...
He was in Deliverance, Longest Yard.
80s TV show?
Oh, 90s. He was in Evening Shade.
Oh, okay. But what I'm thinking of is, of course, opposite Archer.
Yes.
And I just know him because Archer loved him so much.
My favorite...
Burt fucking Reynolds! Or what, shit like that.
I wasn't a huge fan of the Archer Vice season, but I loved the one where they were reenacting Smokey and the Bandit to get down to Fort Worth County Line or something.
Something like that,
but it was a takeoff of Austin City Limits, which is a famous TV show. And so he had to dress up as Burt Reynolds, and Pam was the snowman, of course. And it was great. It was a great episode. And but then I just also love the scene where he's talking about when he was a kid and he was dressed up as Burt Reynolds as for Halloween. And he has a little fake cardboard Trans Am around. He says, "Eastbound and down." And his mom and Mallory says, "I thought you were Richard Petty."
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. So there's this. I'll put a link in the show notes. There's a 2-minute clip where Archer meets Burt Reynolds, and I don't know, that kind of stuff makes me happy, dude. He
had that very distinctive laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And but he did a lot. I mean, a lot of it is referenced in Archer, but it's he did a lot of like Smokey and the Bandit and
But even Archer in that scene is saying he's driving too fast, and he's just like freaking out.
Exactly,
and he's just like, and he's just laughing to himself. It's like, it's just so amazing, dude.
It is, but I mean, and of course, he got an Oscar nomination for Boogie Nights.
Yeah, for sure.
He was great.
He directed that one, right?
No, he was just a supporting actor.
Yes, that's right.
It was directed by
I was listening to
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, that's it.
But he was most recently he was in a movie. They talked about this on Babylon this week. On an Adam Rivkin movie. This came out called The Last Movie Star or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And actually I have it in Plex.
Okay.
So I want to watch it, but it's very similar to the Sam Elliott did a movie last year called the Cowboy or something. It was very similar. It was about an aging star.
Cool.
And so I want to see it.
Yeah, man. He'll obviously, as Kevin Smith says, he will be missed. Big bucket of win, whatever you want to say. But people like Burt Reynolds worked for decades and is just one of those amazing stars that we'll never forget. you
Well,
know?
people forget he played college football
Yeah.
at Florida State.
Yep.
Actually, if anybody who watches ESPN, if you know who Lee Corso is, he's the guy on Saturday game day. He always picks the winners of the day by putting on the heads of the mascots.
Uh-huh.
That was his roommate in college. They both
Oh.
played football at Florida State back in the
that's
back in
awesome.
the 60s.
Nice, dude.
And yeah, so he was good.
Yeah, well,
And he's from Florida. He's
Yeah.
an actual Floridian, and that's why the episode title of when he meets Archer is called "The Man from Jupiter."
that's right. The man
because he's from Jupiter, Florida.
Jupiter, Florida. So, but I mean, 82 though, man. I mean, big life.
Oh, and he lived it.
yeah,
He lived
did.
that life.
So, all right. So we should move on to Disney.
Yeah, we have just one bit of parks news, and it's that Star Wars John Williams is confirmed. Well, not confirmed. It's reported that he's going to be returning to do the music with Michael Giacchino, who's known for doing
Yeah.
a lot of stuff with J.J. Abrams. He was brought in to do Star Wars, and but he also did Up and Lost and a whole bunch of stuff. But they're combining to do the music for the theme parks for Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, it's so cool. So cool. Yeah, and I mean, I'm just very curious to see what some of the ambient sounds and music's going to be.
Exactly.
And, you know, depending on where you are in the park, and like we talked about last week, you know, cantina music. I mean, all this stuff has got to be, you know, carefully calculated, and to have John Williams and Giacchino in there would be cool. So
Yeah, and Disney's always really good on their musical cues. And so, like, if you're going through California Adventure, especially recently, since they redesigned it where it looks like old time Hollywood,
yeah,
you get little hints of Indiana Jones in there because it's very serialized. But if you go through Condor Flats, you hear Last Starfighter.
Yeah.
You hear it's great.
there's some cool stuff. Well, and Disney's good at that.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it is a theme park after all.
that it is.
I think I'm going to save this trailer for next week.
Sounds good
But
because it just got dropped.
But it just got dropped. The Daredevil season 3 trailer just got dropped, and we'll do trailer time next week. But I'm looking forward to it. I actually might. Well, the wife watched the first Iron Fist with me, so I'll probably wait for her. But like I said, I still need to finish Luke Cage 2 and Jessica Jones 2. So those are things I'm working on right now. So
Yeah,
I love Daredevil though. I can't wait for season 3.
also one thing I was disappointed that didn't get dropped this week is there was a whole bunch of buzz that a whole bunch of Captain Marvel stuff would get dropped, and they did. They dropped a whole bunch of pictures and set photos and stuff like that, which is really cool. But everyone was hoping for a trailer.
Yeah, no trailer. Yeah. Maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
And then real review stuff. We've got. I thought this was interesting. I just saw. This
I
today.
think this would be great.
Yeah. So Jordan Peele is reportedly in talks for a Candyman remake, and I can't remember the actor's name who did the first time around. But he's big black dude, cool face, like just a very dark.
Well,
kind
he
of
was also
features.
the mortician or the medical examiner in Final Destination.
Yeah, I mean he's a really good actor, but like really kind of. And one of the reasons I never watched the Candyman movies was
Scared me
because
when I was a kid.
it scared the mess out of me looking at that guy, and especially because I don't like bees either, so that's a problem.
Oh yeah.
But Jordan Peele, considering his acting range and what he can do with his face,
His name is Tony Todd.
okay. But what Jordan Peele can do with his face, I think would be really good for the role.
Is this that he's going to be directing it, or is that he's going to be Candyman?
Oh shoot! I assumed
Because honestly, if he's directing it and Keegan Michael Key was being Candyman, that would be good.
I'm getting it mixed up. Yes, you're right. Hold on a second. According to new reports, Get Out writer produce the new Candyman film. Okay, so he's
Okay,
gonna
that would be cool.
produce. But do you think they're going to bring back Homeboy or what?
I think that would be good. I mean, he's getting up there in age now.
Yeah, he's older. There's no other really details. I misread that whole article. Shoot. And I got him and Key mixed up. So that's cool.
And you call yourself black?
Well, I am. But I obviously made this really quick. I was just seeing if there was anything else. Yeah, well, that's all we got.
Okay.
But I mean, with the success of Get Out, it makes sense.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, man. So, is this a surprise? This isn't a surprise. I put this in here. Disney's pushing Black Panther in numerous Oscar categories. And
No, it totally makes sense.
speaking of Oscars, they went back. The Academy,
Yeah, okay, well,
which
okay.
we didn't talk about last week.
Yeah, okay. So the Academy came out and said they're going to do a popular film category, and now they're saying that they're probably not going to do it.
No, they already said they're not.
Oh, it's confirmed?
Yeah, they
Okay.
said that they're gonna give it more time and make sure it's right or something.
Well, the reason why, because they just recently, like 3 years ago, went from 5 movies up to a max of 10
Mm-hmm.
in the Best Picture category because they wanted to include more pop fare.
Right.
That's how we got like District 9 and Up.
Which, I mean, those movies are amazing. District
Exactly.
9 is amazing.
Right. Well, it just allows more genre type
Mm-hmm.
movies in.
So, do you want to hear the categories that they're pushing
Sure.
or not?
No, I want to hear.
Okay, so we got Best Picture,
Obviously.
Best Director,
Yes.
Best Adapted Screenplay,
Yeah.
Best Actor, Chadwick Boseman.
I can see them pushing it. I don't think he's going to get it.
No, I don't think so either. Best Supporting Actor, which
Yes.
this makes more sense. Michael B. Jordan for sure.
Yes.
Martin Freeman, who was amazing in that. Daniel Kaluuya, Winston Duke, Sterling K. Brown, Forrest Whitaker, and Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis was phenomenal for
He
as
was,
long
but
as
no,
he was in it.
it's all going to be Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, for sure. Best Supporting Actress, Lupita Nyong'o, Dania Guerrera, Letitia Wright, excuse me, and Angela Bassett. And Best Cinematography,
That I can definitely see.
Best Film Editing,
Yes.
Best Production Design,
Yeah.
Best Costume Design, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Sound Mixing, Best Sound Editing, Best Visual Effects, Best Original Score, and Best Original Song, all the stars.
You know, honestly, I think this is very similar to how New Line pushed Return of the King
Yeah.
when it was nominated for 13
sure.
Oscars, because it wasn't like, I don't even think Ian McKellen was up for Best Supporting Actor for that.
No.
It was just up for a ton of the
Of all the
technical
visual,
awards.
technical
Yes.
stuff. Yeah,
But they actually do have some people that they can push in the acting categories.
yeah.
I think Lupita Nyong'o and the actresses and Chadwick Boseman are a little bit of a stretch in there,
I think so.
just because.
I think the acting is a bit of a stretch because most of them aren't on screen really long enough or really give. Not that they didn't give good performances, but
No, it's just for those particular ones, the
Yeah.
ones that would get nominated out of those groups would be Chadwick Boseman and Lupita Nyong'o,
right.
and they're just too close to former nominations and wins that they've had. I mean, Lupita Nyong'o won Best Supporting Actress for 12 Years a Slave.
That's right.
Chadwick Boseman has been up, I think, twice already, even though he hasn't won. And those are just much more dramatic fare.
For sure.
This would just feel like fluff nominations, and
For those guys,
I
yeah.
think it would give more import if they didn't push those and they just pushed Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Because he definitely deserves it.
No,
he
was-
already has a nomination for Creed. So,
Yeah, and Jordan, man, he did a good job in that movie.
oh, he was great as Killmonger.
Yeah, he was a great villain.
Which reminded me, okay, I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit, going to TV time.
Yeah.
But I'm still watching Cold Case.
Oh, are you? Okay.
And I'm on season 6. I'm almost done. They have 7 seasons, so I only have like a season and a half left to watch. But remember when I first started watching it a couple weeks ago, I messaged you. I'm like, I'm seeing a whole bunch of these young people that went on to do, like 3 people that have gone on to do Berlanti
Like
versions.
bigger stuff. Yeah.
In like the last 10 episodes, I saw Michael B. Jordan.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And he plays a banger who gets shot
Yeah.
in the back, and he's
Oh,
in a
that's
wheelchair and everything.
That's cool, dude.
It's really cool.
Okay, so what do we got here, Avengers?
So I don't normally talk about fan theories.
Right.
This is a really cool fan theory that hit Reddit.
Okay.
It's talking that Odin has actually collected the Infinity Stones before.
Okay.
And the
I can see
reasoning
that.
behind this is, if you remember, in the vault, there was a replica of the gauntlet,
Yes.
right? And Hela said fake, right?
Right.
Whatever. But if you notice, there's like 2 very distinct periods of Odin. His war period,
Yeah, the war.
and
War
then
Odin.
his kind of peace period, right? And the theory is that the Soul Stone was the last of his to collect, and of course, just like Thanos had to sacrifice Gamora, he had to sacrifice somebody to get that Soul Stone, and it was Hela that he
interesting.
sacrificed,
Okay.
and so he sacrificed Hela down to
What is it, Hades or
Heimdall? No, not
No. Hell. Just say hell.
Hell. It's Hell, and that's what he had to sacrifice.
Yeah.
But in that, he came to the realization of what was important, and that's when he was able to bring everybody together through peace and everything.
Interesting.
And then he scattered the stones to the wind.
I actually kind of like that theory, dude.
I think it's very, very interesting. Yeah. So I decided to bring it in.
No, I don't know. I'm now I'm thinking about it. I always thought it was. I did think it was interesting because I recently rewatched that movie with the kids, Ragnarok, and Hela walking through and kind of offhandedly like pushing the gauntlet aside. I was like, wait, what? And then I didn't realize how many Infinity Stone references were in. Cause speaking of what we're watching, was in Age of Ultron.
Yes.
Because I'd only seen it the one time.
Yeah.
And I rewatched it with the kids.
Thor's whole journey in the movie is about discovering that the stones are what's important.
But that's the thing, and like I'm just like, well, that's all connected, which it makes sense. But like, I only saw it the one time in the theater opening night, and whatever. So anyway, I like that theory, dude. All right, so let's move on to our last couple things.
Niflheim.
What?
Niflheim is the home of the dead.
Oh, nice. Okay, so Kevin Smith is changing the title of Fat Man on Batman.
I saw this.
Yeah, and they've been talking about it for a little while.
Right.
And so what they're
because it's no longer about Batman.
right, and that's the thing. When we saw it when it first started,
Yeah, we saw like the
six,
second
7 years ago
at Comic-Con.
at Comic-Con.
It was like the second or third episode. And it was when he was interviewing Bruce Timm.
Yeah, and it was a really cool thing. And, he was a big guy talking about Batman. But then he started interviewing people, and then it just got to be talking about pop culture.
Yeah.
And that's what him and Bernard do now. And so they're changing it from to Fat Man Beyond.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
But it's also a Batman reference.
Yeah, it's a Batman reference, but it's keeping the Fat Man part, but taking the Batman part out of it, which I think is pretty.
Right, but just the Beyond is a Batman reference as well.
No, I know. I love Batman Beyond. Don't get me started on
God,
Batman
I hate
Beyond.
you.
But I think it's important, and I think a lot of people were kind of giving him a lot of crap, saying like, "Oh, you're not, you've lost too much weight to be called Fat Man," blah blah. And it's just like, you know what? That's part of his identity, and I think that he's just, he'll keep addressing it as it goes forward. But I like the change, and I think it's pretty cool. So the last episode, I think it was 2 weeks ago or a week ago, that was still called Fat Man on Batman, aired, and now it's going to be Fat Man Beyond.
Cool.
So I think it's cool. And the last thing I have in here is just for fun. I don't understand this at all. Have you seen this?
I have not.
Okay, so apparently somebody made this is on, I think it's on Nerdist, a Game of Thrones 33-player tabletop game. It's massive, intricate, and free. I'm guessing you have to download a bunch of stuff and print a bunch of stuff and do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, yeah.
But holy crap, 33 people?
It almost looks very much like, say, Settlers of Catan.
Yeah, or like a Risk style sort of thing where like you have a big map and you have stuff to do, but I don't understand anything about it. I have a link in the show notes. Apparently it says even better because the game is not affiliated with the show HBO in any way. It's entirely free for fans to download through Drive-Thru RPG. So I got the link in the show notes if you want to get 33 people together and play this game.
Okay, it's called Aegon's Conquest.
Mm.
And it's based on Aegon Targaryen's invasion of Westeros.
Yep.
300 years before the events of Game of Thrones.
Pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, very cool.
It says the 33rd spot is filled by someone playing as Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, as there's strategic value for players who join the Sacred Order. While gameplay involves strategy, diplomacy, and treachery, the point is simple: to rule the realm.
Yeah, very much like Risk.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, dude. I'd like to check it out.
That would be cool.
I don't want to play with 33 people at anything, though.
No, but can you imagine if we did this at Puck next year?
Yes. Now we're talking, my friend. See? I knew I brought you along for a reason. Haha, got him. So, thanks for tuning in to The Usual Podcast. If you have comments or questions, you can find us at theusualpodcast.com. Email us at theusualpodcast@gmail.com. And we're on Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. On Twitter, I am at Darth Pops, and Will is at Admiral Griggs. Find us on all the social medias. Like us, share us, and tell your friends. Support the show, audibletrial.com/usualpodcast. Also, the best way to support us, clearly, is patreon.com/usual podcast. Give us $1 or $2 an episode, and we'll give you some stuff, some booper reels, early access, t-shirts, all kinds of fun stuff. So definitely become a drinking buddy, and yeah, join us on the journey.
And don't forget, we're coming up on Extra Life here in what, like 6 weeks?
A couple months, yeah.
8 weeks, something like that. So don't forget to go to teespring.com/TUP4kids. That's short for the usual podcast for kids. So just go to teespring.com/tup4kids.
Yep.
And all the proceeds are going to go to Extra Life.
Perfect. And all right, dude. So this is a short show, which is great. And we'll see you guys next week for a longer show before I have to take a week off.
Absolutely. Then just make sure you're always having a fun.
Have fun. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
That would be cool if we play that game, though. That would be sick. All right. Thanks, anybody left in the chat room. Thanks for joining us. Short night. Sorry. Got to go. Peace out.
Seriously, that was a short show.